What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Found Men podcast with our new edition of background noise.
Yes.
We really wanted to test out a new audio style, and we're just acting like we're in a kava bar. So it's not real, it's all fake, just like the conspiracy theorists want you to believe. I promise we're just sitting in my apartment living room right now.
Yeah, it's just one of those new fancy filters. Thank you, Streamlabs, for that.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but no, guys, we are in a new location today. You've seen us and heard us record before at Novelty. We've got an awesome new kava bar in the area that we really enjoy and support heavily through a friend, John Huffine. His bar is up in Sanford, right off of Reinhardt, and it's called Piper Pig Kava Lounge. So we've been tossing around the idea of recording up here soon with actual video
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
since Tim, another part owner here, is a great videographer. But Austin and I just kind of wanted to take a little trial run tonight before our Bino tournament
Let's
and
go.
do some recording.
Beano's our new addiction. If you have not played that game, I would suggest coming up to Piper Pit every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We're
Yep.
having a little tournament. So, yeah,
Look it
it's a
up.
very, very addicting little finger soccer game.
Yeah. As
It
soon as
sounds
you look it
dumb,
up,
but it's really fun.
yeah, as soon as you look it up, you're gonna want to play.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, oh, this seems simple, and then you play me specifically, and you lose.
Yeah, yeah. Austin over there plays a little too much.
Hey, it's not just
He
that I
already has
play too
two
much.
boards.
Okay, I do have two boards. One, I mean, there's reasons. I enjoy camo. I am an outdoorsman. They had a limited edition camo board, and I got it. And then on Black Friday, I went to a local game store in Longwood, and they happened to have the competition style board for like 20% off. So I was like,
Yeah,
can't
well,
pass that up.
you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a little pricey, but that camo one is sick.
so
Like,
sick.
I love that.
But yeah, guys,
But yeah, we're
that's what we're
here.
doing tonight. We're here at Piper. I guess we'll do some praise reports or kind of check-ins. My quick one is just the fact that as I've been sending in the group chat the past 2 days, uh, I've just been really bored and unmotivated in the gym and with my fitness, honestly, for a while. But really here recently. So I just said screw it on Sunday and was like, I'm going back to Olympic weightlifting. I know the workouts take me bare minimum an hour, more like an hour and a half, but I'm going to do it because back then when I was Olympic lifting, I was having the most fun. I was the most dedicated to my health. Like, I'm just going to do it. And 2 days back, I've only missed one lift so far, and it was a clean because my legs are not as strong as they used to be. So I just couldn't get out of the hole. But overall, I just feel good, and it's like I told Austin earlier, I feel a little psychotic because I just enjoy the bar beating me up again, like tearing up my hands, bruising my collarbones and everything. So, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's all the fun stuff that comes with it. I've never cleaned like that. Like I've never done a clean and jerk.
dude, it's
Like I feel like I would kill myself.
I'll tell you like real quick the reason why I fell in love with it when I did. I went to University of Health and Performance in Bentonville, Arkansas back in 2022, and I met Coach Hunter Schur. And he ended up coaching me the rest of the year of 2022 and through my first ever Olympic lifting competition. He flew down here to Orlando and coached me through it. Amazing guy. But the reason I fell in love with it and realized over time was because I was always just such a skinny kid. So, like, the thought growing up of, oh, I'm going to pick up heavy weight from the ground and be holding it over my head was, like, never a serious thought. Like, that was always something that felt unachievable to me. But then when I started learning technique, and I realized too that while I'm not the biggest dude, I am pretty quick, and a lot of Olympic weightlifting is having like speed. Um, like I just loved it because like you're standing there in the middle of a platform with heavy weight over your head, and you're just like, this is pretty sick.
You're gonna have to show me the right way to do it, because like, yeah, I see that there's like a technique when I see guys do it in the gym, and yeah, I just don't have that. I don't know it. So yeah,
It's a lot, dude. And like I'm very fortunate, very blessed that I met Coach Hunter because he did not let me be an idiot. Like he forced me to learn technique, keep the weight low, slowly progress. Like it was a month and a half of training before I ever did a snatch from the floor or when I ever did a full clean and jerk paired together. Like everything was broken into pieces, broken into segments to teach me how to move the bar quickly, and it was awesome. But yeah,
yeah, that's definitely what I need. Yeah, I just need to
it's
take it step
fun,
by
man.
step because it looks dangerous.
Dude, everyone thinks it is, but it's actually funny. As far as percentage wise, like the percentage of Olympic weightlifting athletes that experience a major injury compared to other major sports in America is significantly lower. Like, way lower. It's insane. And everyone thinks it's like super dangerous, but Olympic lifting, you can't, like, you realistically, you cannot just go Olympic lift. Like, you have to have someone beside you that knows what they're doing, because the first time you try and do it on your own with no knowledge, you'll mess up and be like, I don't know what to do.
And you also pee your pants.
Yeah.
I see that a lot in Olympic lifting. They have a pee cleanup guy.
No,
Yes.
you're thinking powerlifting.
Isn't that not the
Yes,
same
you're
thing?
thinking powerlifting. That's different. That's maxing out your squat, bench, and deadlift. Olympic lifting is like a very quick, like, yeah, it's not like that.
I don't know.
No, it's not Olympic lifts. It's not snatch. It's not clean and jerk. It's when you see that is powerlifting, and specifically, it's usually the deadlift.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's what I'm thinking about,
Yeah.
the deadlift. Yeah.
All right, brother. What's your praise report?
So my praise report this week. I mean, honestly, it's just been this whole season of feeling financially stable for first time in a while. And we all know the reason for Christmas is not gifts and presents and stuff, but it's just nice to be able to not worry or be like, oh, we gotta like you know always feeling kind of like that pressure.
Yeah.
And we would always wait till the week before Christmas and then just get some little things here and there for people. And like I said, the reason for Christmas is not about presents, but it still feels really good. Me and Abby were talking about that today, and we just feel really blessed. But yeah, that's all I got really, man.
It's a giving season, so yeah, it's not about the presents, but it does bring out that like
Yeah.
giving nature within the heart. So
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, dude, you already know what I got your kids, so I'm just stoked to see
Yes.
like how they react. That's I feel like I was never much of a gift giver, not in the sense that I wouldn't give gifts, but just I never really cared like how people reacted. But now it's like with your kids in my life, and Amelia's gonna be almost 1 when she opens up her first Christmas presents. I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But all right, man. Well, I've got our topic tonight, um, and it's like something that we have kind of had going on in the group. So it was pretty easy to bring this topic up, and it's just that it's the three. I feel like there's 3 parts of accountability, and it's asking for it, receiving it, and then the other side is being the one that provides accountability. So I just wanted to talk through a little bit of those. Like, let's say first, like the courage to ask for accountability.
Yeah, and like, so by receiving it, do you mean like applying it as well?
Yeah, like being receptive,
Accepting
because
and
like
then applying that.
yeah, because this first part we're talking about is like asking for accountability, which is big in itself.
Hmm.
Being held to God's standard. Obviously, we're always going to fall short, but we should always be striving and not doing it alone. So, asking others to help you where your weaknesses are is like a huge step. I like one as a Christian, but definitely I feel like as a man, because that's you actually humbling yourself and realizing that I can't do it on my own. God's placed people in my life to help me do that.
Yeah, you're kind of submitting to to like those unwanted thoughts or desires, or whatever it may be. You're
Yeah.
you're you're kind of like not submitting to those, but like to the fact that, okay, I need help. I can't do this on my own. So
Yeah, exactly. So, and then on the flip side, so if you're asking for accountability, it's relatively, I don't want to say easy, but it's easier to receive it when someone actually does hold you accountable
yeah,
for where you fall short. I guess the other part that I was talking about when it came to receiving was receiving accountability when you haven't asked for it, which that's another situation that we've kind of had happen recently in the group. And it was just mistakes being made by someone, not like downing them at all, but just not always making the best choices for themselves. And you and I and Craig, as well as leaders, kind of stepped in and had serious conversations and just were like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
you've got to do better for yourself. You need to respect yourself. You need to respect God more and really start correcting these actions and also pursuing Him more. And I think because the first conversation we're talking about is one that Craig and I had uh, with the other member of the group, and it was received so well. It was met with, "You're right. Like, I needed this. Guys, don't give up on me. Like, this group matters to me, and I want to do
yeah,
better." So, like, that's what I'm talking about as far as, because what's the flip side? Consistently as a man, when someone confronts you with what you're doing
yeah.
wrong,
You just immediately deflect,
yeah,
and you take offense to it. You know, but but when you have the relationship we have with those guys, like, a lot of them will take that that not criticism, but that accountability, um, and receive it well, because they know us, they trust us, and they know that we're looking out for their relationship with God, and their overall well-being,
yep.
as a man, today.
I think part of that goes to, just like we've stressed before, I know in other topics, but you have to have those type of people in your life as well. And here's the other part of the conversation: being the one to actually hold someone accountable, to care enough about someone to tell them what they don't want to hear, instead of what is so common in this world now, which is, let me tell you everything you want to hear and affirm every action that you're taking.
Yeah, that's even worse than just turning another cheek
Yeah.
and just pretending like it doesn't exist, is to actually affirm that, and it helps nobody.
Yeah.
It doesn't help the person, like that person, like, there's toxic empathy, you
Mm.
know like that. Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah. Screw
And it's
toxic
like they're just
masculinity.
so, they care so much about your feelings that they don't care about you as a person.
Yeah.
And it's just yeah, they think that they're doing the right thing, at the same time, and they don't realize, okay, that's hurting them, and it's almost like, yeah, that's not showing them love.
Yeah. Well, and I think a saying that popped into my head right now, or things that I've heard people say before, and I've said it before in my past, is like, that's their life, man. Like, they can do what they want.
That's between them and God,
Yeah.
and
Like, that is at least if you're close with that person and then you
right, if you're
genuinely
close.
care about them, no, that's not just their problem. You're in their life because God put you there, and if you're seeing something, it's not for you to be like, that's their life, man. That's between them and God. No, that's God. You were there by God in order to hold them accountable and be like, brother, not right.
Yeah, and it's just like we're putting each other's lives to shepherd each other, like it's like, maybe when we get to heaven, like we're gonna have be held accountable in heaven, like, okay, you didn't
Yeah.
shepherd this person correctly, and you let them just lead the, lead themselves away from God, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's like those are those opportunities that when you die, you're gonna be answering for everything you did in life. God's gonna ask you what you did with your gifts and what you did with your situation.
Right.
And in some way, shape, or form, we all have influence on at least one person. Like, everyone has influence on at least one other person's life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're not married. I don't care if you are homeless, anything, like don't have a job. You have influence on something somewhere. Cuz someone you're going to cross paths with will be affected by what you do, whether it's positive or negative. And if you're heavily involved in someone's life like we are as a group, you need to be like right in using that accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are there for a reason, you're there for a reason, and you have to take those opportunities that God gives you.
Yeah, and like it kind of correlates with that story. We brought it up several times on the podcast, but the parable of the 5 talents.
Yeah.
What did you do with your gift? From God. Like, did you squander it or hide it?
Yeah.
No, you have to multiply, and that includes multiplying. You know, like looking after your friends, like the people that God put in your life. Like,
Dude,
multiply that fruit.
I think about that specifically with this group actually, because to me, like we all know that like I love leadership. Like I love being in that position to set up our Miami trip, like be the one that like
Yeah.
scheduled everything. I enjoy like being the one that calls everyone to be like, "Hey, come here at this time." Like I just love leading the pack, but I think part of my journey that God's provided has been like just the trajectory of this group and its growth is like the times where like when the group first started and I first put it up and it didn't even have a single person join the group,
Yeah.
and that was just like a refining thing from God that I needed a little more focus on him first, and then the next season I posted 8 guys sign up, and we all have an amazing small group season. Like, so many things happen. Well, then separation happens.
Yeah.
The numbers in the group dwindle. We go back down to like 4 or 5 guys consistently
Yeah.
showing up.
That's normal with a small group. Usually, it's
But yeah, it's been interesting though, because like God is with this group. God has always produced more numbers and members in the perfect seasons, like when I feel prepared. But then, if there's things that I've kind of faltered on, he draws back, and a few people stop showing up, and like obviously that's gonna happen regardless. But it's always timed like so perfectly.
Right. Yeah. That it's all part of his plan, really, with this group. Like, and I love our, you know, small-ish group. You know,
But we're growing,
we're growing.
and in my mind, this will be a full men's ministry years from now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say that and say years from now because when this group started was multiple years ago now.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's coming on 2 years.
That's dude.
It
Well,
feels
actually,
like longer.
dude, it does. So technically, the group is over 2 years now, but I had that
Well,
semester where no
yeah,
one
it
signed up.
just 2 years, but it wasn't a group then.
Well, so
It was
I,
just
I
on
had,
paper.
I had a, I had one or two guys sign up. They just never showed up.
Yeah, so it was a group of one.
Yeah, it was literally always
Just
me
you.
showing up, like hoping that other people were gonna come. Never did.
If you
For
build
like
it, they will
8 straight
come.
weeks. That yeah, build it and they will come. And
Dude.
then finally it happened. But
And we've got, two newer members that are awesome dudes, and yeah, I couldn't be happier.
yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's gonna grow, man. And yeah, like that. If you don't like accountability, which some guys don't, then they won't stay.
Yep.
But that's the thing. Like,
Because that's such
you
a
have to receive it.
big thing in our group, and I think I've brought it. Yeah, I've definitely brought it up before. Like our check marks is every day we expect everyone in the group that's a part of the group me to send a green check saying that you read your Bible
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
And then the other part of accountability, like the physical fitness, like we expect everyone in the group to take care of the temple that is their body and send at least 2 accountability check marks throughout the week that you did 30 to 45 minutes of physical activity, like intentional.
And
Like
that is not work.
yeah, no,
Which
we're gonna
we
get
do
better.
some pretty heavy lifting at work, but
Yeah, it's gonna get
doesn't
better.
count.
But that's because I always slack. Like when I slack too, I feel there's another piece of accountability to remember too. Even if you aren't doing the best yourself, you can still hold someone accountable. You don't have to be perfect in order to
Yeah.
hold someone else accountable to
Yeah.
a standard that is good for them. And if you're the type of person that receives like accountability from someone that's also slipping up and you just shut them down because of it, like that's part of the problem.
Yeah, there's breaking down and then there's building up.
Yeah.
Like breaking down, that's for the military. And then you're
Been there, done that.
remolded. But yeah, that's the thing is like, yeah, you need to build people up instead of, breaking them down.
Yeah. But like to my point though, even if you're failing,
Even if you're failing, yeah,
yeah,
That's
you
right.
can still hold your friend accountable. Even if you're not doing perfect in that same exact topic, you still can hold them accountable and you can hold each other accountable. That's almost a better opportunity because now one is not technically sitting higher than the other because they're already succeeding in it. Like you're both coming to an agreement like we suck at this.
Yeah.
Let's get better at it together.
Yeah, and it's like if you're still failing at certain things in life, and then you go and hold somebody else accountable, like as long as you're not doing out of like a pride thing, like to because you're failing, you're gonna make yourself feel better by holding somebody else
Yeah.
accountable. It has to be out of love and just respectful.
Yeah.
And then if that person that you're trying to hold accountable, if they're shove it back in your face and they'll be like, "Oh, look at your life."
And
And
your
that's
answer back is like, you know what? Yes.
yeah, it'd be like exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yes, thank you. You should have said this sooner.
Yeah. We
Like
we
that.
both should have said this sooner.
Yeah.
We both should be better. We're being crap right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, just building each other up. That's super important.
Well, brother, I think we're gonna cap it there. Shorter episode tonight. Uh, you got us.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Found Men podcast. Next week will be our newer segment, our second part. We slacked off for a couple weeks. We need to hold each other accountable for that. But yeah, it would be the Foundry next Tuesday. Yeah, James 3:4. Yes. So yeah, we'll go into dive into that. You guys have a great week.